I held my daughter's hand when she took her last breath. I held my husband's when he didn't recognize me anymore. And last week, I held my own funeral. Not the kind with a coffin and flowers, the kind where I buried the woman I pretended to be for 70 years. She died quietly, and I stayed behind to tell you the truth they don't write in greeting cards. You know, at 90, the world starts to feel very quiet. Not the quiet of an empty room. The quiet of a battlefield after the fighting is over. All the noise, the arguments, the ambitions, the desperate need to be seen, it just stops. And in that silence, you see things you were too busy to see when you were young and running. I see you, all of you, out there running towards something you think will make you happy, running away from something you're too afraid to face. And most of you are running in circles. You just don't know it yet. My name is Eleanor. I'm 90. I've outlived my body in ways that matter. My knees are gone. My hearing comes and goes. But my eyes have never been clearer. And before they close for good, I need to tell you what I see. When you're young, you think life is a straight line. You're born, you grow, you achieve, you love, you die. Simple arithmetic. It's not. Life is a pile of broken dishes you spent decades gluing back together. Some you fixed, some you cut your hands on, and some you just swept under the rug and pretended weren't there. I had a lot of dishes under my rug. I wanted to be a pianist. Did I ever tell you that? When I was 12, our neighbor had an old upright piano. I'd press my face against their window just to watch her daughter play. The way her fingers danced. The way the music filled the room like light. One day, I asked my father if I could take lessons. He looked at me for a long moment. Then he said, "Eleanor, that's for rich girls. You need to learn something useful." So I learned to type instead. I learned to cook. I learned to keep my mouth shut and my head down. I learned to be useful. 60 years later, I walked past a music store. There was a little girl inside, maybe 8 years old, banging on a keyboard with complete joy. No technique, no fear, just joy. I stood on the sidewalk and cried, not for her, for me. For the 12-year-old who died the day she stopped asking. That night, I went home and I did something strange. I wrote a letter, not to anyone I knew. I wrote it to the woman I had become. Dear Eleanor, you've been a good wife, a good mother, a good neighbor. You've never caused trouble. You've never asked for too much. You've never made anyone uncomfortable. And you have been dead for 50 years. Tomorrow I'm burying you. Not the girl who wanted to play piano. Not the young woman who dreamed of Paris. I'm burying the mask, the performance, the yes dear, and the whatever you think is best. Goodbye, Eleanor the polite. Hello, whoever is left. I burned that letter in the kitchen sink, watched the smoke curl up through the window, and for the first time in decades, I breathed. That was last week. I'm 90, and I just started living. So now from this chair at this window with this strange new feeling of being awake, let me tell you what I see when I look at you. I see you checking your phone every 3 minutes, waiting for a notification that will make you feel real. I see you staying in relationships that feel like heavy coats in Summa, uncomfortable, but familiar. I see you working jobs you hate for things you don't need to impress people you don't even like. I see you waiting for Friday, waiting for vacation, waiting for retirement, waiting for the right time. Listen to me, there is no right time, there is only now. And now is all you ever get. I learned this the hard way. I learned it in a hospital room, holding my daughter's hand, watching the numbers on the machine go down. I learned it at Frank's funeral, when I realized I never told him about the piano. I learned it in the middle of the night, alone, when I finally asked myself, if you died tomorrow, what would you regret most? And the answer came back so fast, it felt like a slap. Everything I didn't do. I don't want that for you. I don't even know you. And I don't want that for you. So here's what I need you to do tonight. before you go to sleep. 1. Think of one thing you've always wanted to do, but were too scared to try. Just one. 2. Think of one person you need to forgive yourself for someone else. Just one. 3. Think of one truth you've been avoiding. One thing you know deep down that you need to change. Write them down on paper with a pen. Not in your phone. Paper. Then tomorrow, do the first one, just the first one. Not all of them, just the first one. If a 90-year-old woman who just learned to breathe can do it, so can you. The light is fading now. It's my favorite time of day, the golden hour, they call it, when everything looks soft and forgiving. I don't know how many golden hours I have left. Maybe 100, maybe 10, maybe 1. But I know this, I won't spend them being someone else. I won't be Eleanor the polite, Eleanor the useful, Eleanor the dead woman walking. I'll just be me, the girl who finally sat down at a piano, 78 years late, and played the most beautiful wrong notes you've ever heard. Go on now, the light's waiting for you too. Don't make it wait too long.